the tiny bend. I believe she shined there. Going to quickly get her brushed out here. In the finals, you feel like you're more pressed for time than you have been. And what I find is that I do a lot of hurrying for no reason, because you always have more time than you need. All the time you've spent has been preparing her for everything, so I can just make sure I get her feeling good and all that sweat from our early session off. But I had a question in the Q&A in the VIP about a horse that sweats, because my mare was sweating pretty hard in the last session yesterday. But that round pen it was hot in there. And then today she barely sweat, and we did more work today. So it was a little cooler, but I also believe it was because she had a little less anxiety, because she kind of figured out what was going on. Don't take that mic off. Well, you ain't getting off to a good start as far as a standstill. What I'll do here is maybe just remind her of that standstill. She's been ground tying like a champ. So I want to make sure she stays good at that. Yeah, there you go. Stop your feet. Thank you. Just going to give her one obstacle here. I don't believe we get points for doing this obstacle on the ground. It's just good for us to kind of have a conversation here and get her mind with me. Don't bite it. Look how pretty they laid it out. Good girl. Kind of show her some of these things so when I get down here she's not nervous, and I just want to give her a chance to settle in before I just start throwing a bunch of things at her. Step her over some of these cones and stuff, and like I say, you're in a hurry, but you don't want to be in a hurry. I know the gate is something that as soon as I walked in here, the very first thing I thought was, oh, we didn't do the gate. I didn't even have her close to it. So that's one thing I can address, and then I'll get her saddled and we'll get to the fun stuff. I wish they'd mark it off the ground. It's going good. Let's go ahead and lead her through this gate here. Rub her down with that rope. It's going to be hanging near for sure. We did manage to teach her some side pass in our last session, and I'm hoping that's going to really pay off for us. Good girl. All right, I think we can go ahead and get her saddled. She's moved a bit, saddled, and it's all right. They all get a little tender in the belly on these deals. It's a lot to come at them at 2 a days. Usually I'd only ride a colt once a day, so her belly does get a little tender. And that's been an uncomfortable part for her through my sessions. If you guys haven't seen them, that's been pretty much her weakest link there is the cinch. And some horses just have that, and it's our job as a trainer to work them through. And I think we've done a pretty good job getting her to accept it, but just haven't got it 100% yet. My thing with her is that I've underestimated her a few times of how good she's actually going to be, and I'm hoping this is one of them times. Go ahead and get that back cinch on her. I've said it a few times, and I'll definitely say it again. I got to thank K&K for lending me this saddle to give her the fair shake of having a saddle that fits. Mine, she's just at a funny stage. My saddle usually fits colts pretty well. I just needed something a little different, and she's really hard to fit a saddle right now. But this one's just a little better, and if you guys are looking real close, you can see it don't fit her great yet, but it's hard to fit a horse when they're still doing a lot of growing. All right. We're buttoned up. Thank you. I'll kind of walk her through over these poles. We did some poles here in the beginning, but or in our session today, sorry, but these ones are a little different, so just let her kind of walk it out. I think there'll be no problem for us. In case you were wondering there, Malone, you got to jog that when I get on. Keep that in mind. All right, good girl. I try to get my groundwork done as soon as I can, so I'm going to declare getting my feet handled on her. Make sure that's not whacking her in the head. Good girl. There we go. Easy, darling. Easy. There we go.
Man, it's quiet in here.
Wow. They're being very respectful of me getting my stuff done. Thank you.
1,200 people watching your every move.
Hey, darling. There. She thinks I wanted the back left when I picked up the front right. Did you see that?
See the back
She's like,
left
here, take them all. Like, just quit bugging me.
Here's my foot.
Yeah, you want a foot? I'll give you 2. Leave me alone. There. That was a bad foot this morning, so good. Thank you. All right. Make sure I show her this rope here again. Now, in the judging sheets, they said they'd have a saddle rack here and a place to swing the rope. Am I good to swing my own rope? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm just going to send her around and get her moving her feet and get her brain. I've talked about that in all my sessions. I need to get her brain with me more than I need to do anything else. Every time, I have this mare's brain, there's nothing we can't do together. We have accomplished some really cool things, and her face and her attention to that has been amazing. I've been so happy with her. But when I don't have her brain with me, she is not an easy horse to work with. And what I mean by brain, if you guys are wondering, to elaborate on that a little bit, is that you see how when she's out there, she's really focused on me, and then when I go ahead and wind her down in this small circle, I want to make sure that face stays real soft. See how she followed that feel all the way down? Those are good signs for the things that I'm going to try to accomplish when I ride her. Send her out again, try that to the left. Wind her all the way down here again. Keep that movement, don't be getting tense. There. Soft, sweet, that's what I need. We're buds, ain't we, Malone?
They always say about this stage, working with a colt, remember to breathe. So easy to find yourself not even letting out a breath.
I've been out of breath for 3 days. You guys can hear my voice is just about pooched. I've done my best to save it, but I've met a lot of really good people here this weekend, and I sure appreciate all the good comments I got of everybody appreciating the work that I've done, and I've got some really neat comments I've never heard before, and that always makes the guy feel good, so thanks for everybody who did that, and thank you. I'd also like to thank the people that didn't like it for keeping it to themselves. I don't need that aggravation at this field. There you go. All right. Groundwork, am I good, guys? Good?
Just mount and dismount eventually.
On purpose, right? The dismount?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't say anything.
All right.
Intentional or unintentional.
All right. Hey there, sweetheart. I'm going to get her feet right. She's been struggling with that. You see how she's off that foot and not standing up straight? This just gets her to where she's ready to take my weight. So right there, what I'm doing is I'm prepping her so I don't surprise her when I go to step in that stirrup. And then she moves, and it wasn't even her fault. It wasn't a problem. She just wasn't prepared physically for me to get on her. Easy, darling. There you go. Yeah. Thank you. That was something that's been a problem for her, and you can see that she's got a little discomfort, and she's a smaller filly, but she's doing her best, you know. All I can ask for in this situation with a young horse is effort. If her effort is there, but she's not perfect, that's not a problem. I didn't have time in my sessions to get perfect. I just had time to do what she needed. All right, she's peppy, eh? Get out there and go somewhere. Go out there and be noticed. So we'll start with our walk. Just kind of cruise her around here. And you guys go ahead and tell me when you feel that I have walked far enough to suit you. Let her see all the fine folks that come out for the trainer challenge.
Yeah, they're good with your walk.
Good with my walk? All right.
In that direction.
Go ahead, yeah. Thank you.
Boy, I love her attitude. She's interested, curious, but still tuned right into you. Man.
Every good cowboy I've ever rode with has always had the same description for a horse like this. That's a good one. That's a good one. That is her in a nutshell.
Little reaction to movement in the audience, and she just came right back to you.
Yeah, she's going to have that, and for me to get upset about it is me just being unrealistic. She can
That's a good walk in both directions, the judges say, Cade.
Thank you. All right. This horse has 2. All right. Step out here and get a nice little jog.
Looking good.
Go ahead and switch directions here, show her all the fine folks. Back out into that jog. What I'm liking here is if you guys are seeing my hands, she's really staying between my hands. For the most part, I'm not having to pick at her. I'm able to do this on the loose rein.
Judges say that's great, Cade. That's good for the flock both ways.
The judges said that they'd like to see us local circle. Can you guys see anywhere I can hold the circle? Show me a circle all over.
Just go around one of these pylons here.
I'll get around it. It ain't meant to be easy. There. Go for my lope to the left. Correct lead.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, folks.
That's good that way, they say. Oh, man.
Good girl. All right. I'll declare that stop, guys, and follow up with my backup.
Was that your stop?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I'll declare it.
Oh, he'll declare it. When you're ready. Sounds good.
Go ahead and get this lope here to the right.
Wow. Picked up the right lead in a straight line.
We'll go ahead and get our stop here. Oh. There,
Wow.
so I took the other one.
It was.
There, get my back up. Good. Good in the back up, guys. Enough steps. Okay. All right. Now, let's get the bridge out of the way. The tarp is an option or mandatory? Gentlemen, sorry, I should have done my homework, but
The tarp is mandatory, Kate.
Okay. There she goes. Good girl. All right. Yeah, you bet. Head out. Let's go somewhere. If we kind of trip and fall on an obstacle, I ain't declaring that if it's not one I'm not supposed to be doing. There we go. Good job. All right, we'll get our serpentine. That's on the list. Yes, sir. You guys were here in
Yeah, the serpentine is mandatory right down here.
If you were here in 2016 to watch my dad, you know why I'm asking.
Well, those are close together. Wow. What we didn't tell you is it's 5 points for each one you knock down.
I'm glad you told me after that was done. We probably would have knocked a few down if I was thinking about it.
That was nice.
So here, just before I go ahead and attempt this log drag, Just make sure she's with me here. I'm going to be using my left leg to push her over. So I'm going to check my side pass. Make sure I can get her over there. Good girl. Really good girl. I'll step her over here. Just going to keep asking for her to step over that direction. Yeah, don't you knock that down. I've had that happen. Just talk to her here. I haven't pushed her towards anything, and I've spent a long time telling her not to go towards things that she's scared of unless I tell her to. So now, if you guys have seen my session, she loves to grab a hold of anything she can chew on. Rope ain't one of them. I just keep moving her back and forth until she builds some confidence. There's a direction I would like to do it, but I got to go where she feels good about it. Hey, oh, we got it. We're losing back up here. We need that woe down to stay. There you go. This is always the hardest part of the log drag. It's never dragging the log that's tough.
And the rope almost always falls on the ground before you get going with it. So.
She'll get there.
Ah, yeah.
Take my time. Good girl. Whoa. All right.
There, she found a little comfort.
Good girl. Thank you.
She should be good now.
I'll go ahead and buy you guys a new rope. I'd love to donate one if you'd like. Not till after the other boys go, though. I'll get you the nice rope after.
Yeah, that rope was actually donated by Ace of Clubs quarter horses.
Oh, sorry. Don't be hacking on the breeders. There we go. Head that direction.
All right, with a half a dally.
Confidence, she's great. I've only done this once on her in a round pen, so to see her so good about it sure makes me happy.
Ready to go to her branding next weekend, boy, and drag calves with it.
There's the rule that if you break it, you buy it. She falls into that category for me.
You break it, it's yours.
Yeah, I'd love for that to be the case.
As we've been mentioning, all three of these fillies are for sale, and all three of these guys have added tremendous value with the start they've given them this weekend. And if they catch your eye, just talk to Shelby from Ace of Clubs, and you can negotiate from there.
What do I got here, Hugh? Sorry, I'm getting a little lost.
Ground poles, jog, trot over the ground poles.
These are a mandatory.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
That's fish enough times. I didn't see how many it was. Once is good. Right on.
We have 10 minutes left, and still on the list is to jog through the alley and swing your lariat overhead. And the gate.
Well, I ain't best effort. Get her in the alley.
There. All 4 feet in the alley.
There we go.
Yeah, we have to, swing your lariat overhead while mounted.
You wouldn't think a guy in a helmet could swing rope, would you?
It says while jogging or roping.
My antenna is not up. Fellow needs to get his sit down.
There you go.
No, I ain't gonna lose training to get this done.
Good point. Good point.
go. Oh, darling. All right.
Okay, we still have the rope gate and the trailer.
Sorry?
We have the go through the gate and load in the trailer yet
Okay.
for your compulsories.
You bet. I will get the trailer if you guys don't mind. Bring it on
in
in.
the trailer, boys. Seven minutes left. 7 minutes to go.
All right, Calvin. Well, yeah, you probably don't want to walk into it. I don't blink. There we go, there we go. Let's do it the way you like. Make it stop. She's like, all you're doing is telling me to go in and stop. Go in and stop.
There you go. That's a good course. What all the cows came back to.
This is a dirty trick to play on the horse to do the trailer halfway through.
That was, we're assuming the dismount there. Okay.
Yeah, I guess not. Sorry. Sure. You'll get another chance to look at it, I'm sure.
Brand new trailers at Allendale. If you want one of these, just go to allendale.com. Thanks so much to Ward Graham and Allendale for supplying the trailer. I think that completes your compulsories, mandatories.
I usually do a freestyle. I learned it from my dad where I take the halter off.
Yeah. We still have a bunch of optionals that you can do as well.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. Is I don't have time to do that. I want to give her what she deserves here as far as doing the things that we practice. I prepared her to do these. It's not fair for her to throw something new at her. If I have time, she's more than ready. But I'm going to do the best I can for her. I notice these are a little bit thinner in the finals. It's a cruel joke, fellas. All right, I'm going to get her finished in a good place here. See how she thinks about that. We practice real hard on the side pass. I'm going to go ahead and do that one and come back to this. Wish I had the time to do both, but that's life.
3.5 minutes.
Yeah. Thanks. Hey, go show off. Been waiting all day to show off. Oh. Yeah. Hey, there. There. She don't understand that it's supposed to be on the pole. There, now she's got the directions figured out. There you go. Got my whip handy. That'll be good. Go ahead and back through this L. Just gonna double check here. Get her brain on the right thing. Think about it in her head. You want me on them, you want me off them, you want me sideways, you want me to back up? Like, make up your mind there, kid. There. Get her facing the right way.
Now, we did have roping dummy while mounted, but I see we don't have the roping dummy in here, so the judges said, feel free to rope that pylon out there if you wanted to do that.
If I had my rope.
Oh.
I think what I'll do is I'll do my freestyle. So my freestyle is going to be side pass at the jog.
1.5 minutes.
Sure, that's enough.
Side pass at the jog. That's a nice maneuver when it works.
There. 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 Good girl. Just keep playing with that here. She's better. There. There. Good girl. Good girl. That's all I got that I can do left. Surprise me again.
1 minute to go.
Dog's going to go take for herself now.
Manage the time right, she'll walk through with 2 seconds left. Still got 30 seconds. No need to hurry.
You're going to finish up there regardless.
On the space.
She broke the line. I've got to get at least 1 line.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's your finish. Go home. On below.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, Kate, just the important thing, of course, is not, and all 3 of these guys have said, I don't really care if I win. I want to give this filly the best possible start I can, lay as good a foundation as possible for the next person that takes her on, and you have certainly done that, Kate. Just a great job.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, and just as soon as we get horses. Okay, we are ready. And this, really, I've seen between Chilliwack and Vancouver, Washington and Red Deer, 12, 24, over 25 trainers' challenges with the main event. And this has got to be one of the best ones I think I've ever seen. Yeah. All 3 of you guys did a wonderful job. I don't know exactly what the point spread is, but I know it was darn close. When the points were all tabulated, the most points were awarded to Cade Mills. And now you must do the obligatory winner's response.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, and thanks for everyone that come and saw us, and everyone that come and talk to us, get to meet all these folks. Thanks to the main event for another great opportunity to help us in our business. I know these shows give us a lot of good momentum into our year, and it's something that is a great opportunity. Thanks to all of our sponsors and all of our customers and all the new faces we met. My family, my wife, my kids. I had a lot of family come out here, and they've kept me even. So thanks a lot. Thanks to the judges, competitors. Good job, guys.
Congratulations, Cade. And he thought we were just kidding, but we got together and thought, you know, our first-time judge should be the one to give a few comments on behalf of the judging panel on what his impressions were of what he saw over the last 3 days. So Mark Garner, what do you think?
Clearly this is initiation. Well, first of all, thank you to the main event for the opportunity. Congratulations, trainers. You know, as the last 3 days has progressed, every now and again you kind of tune out, and you shouldn't as a judge. But 3 thoughts came to mind over the last 3 days. Number 1, how lucky I was to be next to 2 great horsemen in their own rights, and of course I'm talking about Ron Hoffman and Russell Clemenson. The next thing was, and I can speak to this as a bit of a breeder, you know, you work hard to develop your program to the point where you can literally go out to the pasture, grab 2 buckskin fillies and a sorrel filly, bring them to the main event, introduce them to 3 new trainers, and each one of those horses stands out. Kudos to Ace of Clubs quarter horses. Fantastic job, Shelby and your family. And lastly, the third thought I had was, you know, if anybody during the last 3 days had any doubt about the talented trainers we have in Canada, I think it's fair to say that at this point in time, there is no doubt. You guys, it was a privilege to watch you work over the last 3 days. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark, and Alex, Jason, and Cade. Congratulations on just a terrific demonstration of what can be done when nice-minded colts meet with absolutely talented, skilled trainers. That wraps it up for this year. We hope to see you next year right here, and we'll see you in Chilliwack in October. Thank you so much for supporting the main event.
And folks, like I said, don't go away. Glenn Stewart's coming in. Save time. Call 911 before you get on the horse.
Katie, you just won Red Deer main event. How does it feel?
It feels good. It was a close call, and I had a really good horse and got some neat things done. She was there for me in the finals. How does it feel for you? You put a lot of work into this too, wrangling them kids behind the scenes.
It feels awesome. It feels like I'm so proud of you. All your hard work paid off. She rode around amazing, stayed between your hands. She looked like a pro horse out there, and you'd never guess that you only had her for 3 days. You did so good.
Thanks, honey. It's been a fun trip, and glad to be here at the main event. Hopefully they have us back again soon. I got a lot of really good feedback from everyone when I was wearing the helmet this weekend. I appreciate that. It was a tough step for me to take, and everyone's starting to realize that safety has no cost. You don't need to worry about looking silly. You need to be worrying about being safe. And it was nice to hear people that were so supportive of it. It was a hard choice, but yeah, everyone made me feel like I was doing the right thing, so I'm excited to keep on doing it. The head injury thing has touched us personally over the last so many years. We've had a lot of friends take hard head injuries, and it's the mental trauma after that's been tough for them to overcome. I had a cousin that had a horse go down on him, and he was in a coma for a long time, professional cowboy, and it set him down, and he's had a hard time being the same since. And to see these young kids out here and ask me about the helmet and them start to feel comfortable in a helmet, anything I can do to help them feel good about it and keep them safe makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing, and I'm happy to be that guy to do it for them.